At last, the sequel has come. It's Chrono Trigger 2. Chrono Trigger 2 has finally come out. We've been waiting for it for 5 years, and now it's finally come out in the year 2000. Because it's 2000 right now. I'm not 18 years younger, because then I'd be 12. It came out when I was 12. I'm 12 right now. The story may confuse you. It may even infuriate you. But this isn't Chrono Trigger 2. Why isn't this Chrono Trigger 2? Why are all the main characters not in it that were in the first one? But you're going to figure out that this is Chrono Cross. And it should be Chrono Trigger 2. It would be a much better game. Taking place on a diverse tropical island chain called archipelago, called El Nido. El Nido, that's what it's called. Well, there's demigods, there's fairies, there's dwarves, there's all sorts of cool stuff in this game. It's beautiful, it's diverse, it's stunning to look at. And it reminds me a lot of Baten Kaido's Origins. You remember that famous game? Baten Kaido's Origins, everyone knows about it. It isn't just me and my friend. Is it just us? Ascension! Transcension! You don't remember that game? That's because it's not popular. Same art director. Well, begins with silent blue-haired protagonist who's probably silent because he doesn't want to spill the beans that this isn't Chrono Trigger the sequel too. Also. So, instead, he has a bad dream. And his mom wakes him up and says, "Surge, wake up, honey bunny. Time to get up. It's time to go." Wait, you don't even have school on this island. There's no school. You never see a person in school in this whole game, and that infuriates me and makes me sad. Buy this shirt! Because it's Genesis, and they're the best band I've ever listened to. We're advertising them too. This is a Trick of the Tail. See, that's for Red Pulse's song, Madman Moon, Trick of the Tail, Rob Brewer's Sultan Battery. It's one of my favorite albums. It's really good. Also, this game that we're talking about, this game, I gotta segue into it. So, Surge accidentally trips through a warp hole and lands in an alternative dimension. Whoa, isn't that fun? There's a lot of fun ensues. Because, don't fall into that. You're gonna fall. That was a close call. Matt was standing right here on this rock, and he almost slipped and fell on my computer. And if that happened, I would go up to Matt and I'd say, "Are you okay? Let me help you up." Also, then he meets this kid named Kid, who's a girl, and she's a thief, and she's trying to help him with his mysterious past and find something that no one knows what it is until the very end, and even then they don't know that's part of Lavos, called the Frozen Flame. That's a spoiler. And what it does with it is they need it to grant a wish. No one knows what it does, but everyone wants it. Frozen Flame. Gotta get my wood for those frigid Arizona winters. Sorting out the wood pile. This is bad wood. This is good wood. Did you know I was a lumberjack in the past life? You know what? Surge in this life and in another life, he's two different Surges. And 10 years ago, something happened. He got attacked by a panther demon. It was really just a panther, but they call it a demon to make it more fantastical. Well, he died in that one to the poisonous bite of a panther. I didn't know that panthers were poisonous. Anyways, his father goes to this island. See, he tries to bring him in. His name is like Miguel or something, or maybe that's his friend. And he brings him to the island, and he's like, "Fate, won't you heal my son?" And Fate, like a mother, says, "I want to heal this son because his cries have reached even my heart." And they must defy fate itself to get... it's really confusing. It's a confusing game. But if you play it a few more times, you'll get even more confused. Let's play it. Come on. There's also dragons in it. Dragons are in it! Dragons! The characters are wonderfully designed. I love every one of them. For example, you can't even obtain all the characters in the first playthrough. You gotta play through 3 times. And if you play through 3 times, then you get them all. Gotta catch them all. There's 55 of you, approximately. There's 55 of you. Gotta get all 55. Chrono Cross. Gotta catch them all. Chrono Cross. It has even less characters than Suikoden 2, which I will get to in another 108 stars in that game. Wow! There's a pirate, and a clown, and a puppy, and a mermaid, and a baby dragon are in it. A mushroom man, and a professional wrestler, and a fairy, and a space alien, and a tiki doll, and a cave girl, and an imp, and a lynx, and a robot, and a turnip knight, and a regular ordinary person. And many more. Man, isn't this great? I love the battle system in this game because there's strong attacks, there's weak attacks, there's medium attacks. You attack with all sorts of forces. And then you use your elements. You build them up. Strong attacks worth 3, right? Medium's 2, and 1 is weak attack. And they got different attacks. And I accidentally gave you the middle finger. I'm sorry. Are you guys okay? Don't get your feelings hurt. Don't get your hair in a knot. It's okay. I didn't mean to. And I did. The art style reminds me of Baten Kaida's Origins for the GameCube, Nintendo GameCube. And it should, because they had the same developers on it. Don't quote me on that. Probably I'm right. I am right. You should quote me on that. You should definitely quote me on it. Quote me in your circles of influence with your friends. Go ahead, quote me in a zoo. You can quote me on Hop on Pop. You can quote me on a fox on a rock.
It's the same art director, not developer.
Same art director.
Yeah.
Not developer.
Developers are different.
Developers are different.
Mm-hmm.
No one's telling me to say these things. The music in this game is out of this world phenomenal. It's so phenomenal that it makes me want to sing on the Sound of Music cast, because the hills are alive with the sound of music. Yasunori Masuda, he reprises his role in this. He has such great hits in this song that aren't hits and that never were on the top 40. Scars of Time, that's a good one. A lot of good ones in the songs. I just gave you one example out of 50 or something. It's a lizard. It's a lizard. It's doing push-ups. Doing push-ups. Oh, it's gone. No, it's still there. Oh, go get it. You see how we get so distracted? We're trying to tell you about how good this game is, and we saw something so amazing. That's because of nature. It's like music. Can you hear the birds? That's music of nature. Kind of like strawberries aren't as good as regular candy, but they call them nature's candy. Maybe they are. What are you, you strange creature? There are a lot of acoustic guitars in this soundtrack. There are violins. It's not like a Motoi Sakuraba soundtrack, which is less of that stuff. It's Yasunori Masuda. I don't know if I said his name right. I do know that I said his name right. That's exactly how you say it. If you mispronounce his name, then you probably aren't his friend like I am, because we're friends. Remember Yasunori Masuda back in high school when I was 58?
It's Mitsuda.
Oh, crap.
You said Mitsuda. It's a D, not a T.
It's a D, not a T. No one tells me what to say. I just say it. That's what I said. I said that. If you rewind it, you'll hear it back. Stairways to Heaven backwards. The replay value is pretty good. I mean, there's a New Game Plus, isn't there? But the endings are not as good. Not as good as Chrono Trigger. But it is Chrono Trigger 2. So what do you expect? Kid's really cool. Thumbs up. Also, Link's in a Harley Quinn who's also a kid in disguise. Also, you know, 9.2 out of 9.2 saw blue-haired protagonists that should talk out of 10, which is a better review than I gave Final Fantasy X. How could that be? I said so many bad things about this game. This game is flawed, but it's better than Final Fantasy X. Why? Because the character development's worse, the music's a little better in quality, but I thought I saw someone's butt over there. And I also saw something else really cool last night. I'll tell you about it. It's a story. See, when I was a kid, I was the star of Chrono Cross. When I was a Sergio Leone, I did this movie called The Good, Bad, the Ugly. When I was Heath Ledger, I was Joker in a movie. I died. But I saw something. Goodbye. It's better than 10.